Speaking of people that Vince doesn't see anything in, we have to talk about another guy who was synonymous with NXT, and that's Finn Bálor. So a report came out on the day of recording that Vince has no interest in pushing Finn Bálor. He doesn't see the appeal in him, and he's just going to use him as they were using Jeff Hardy as a guy to just lose to the younger up and coming talent and to help get guys over, because Vince just doesn't get it with Finn Bálor, which is one of those stories you hate to hear, but you're not even remotely surprised, because look at Finn Balor's entire main roster run since the injury. It's been a bumpy but ultimately very smiley ride, So I can't say I'm too surprised here. He lost clean to Austin Theory on Raw, which is fine because Austin Theory is someone, it's not that fine, but it's fine because Austin Theory is someone they're pushing, who's probably going to be like that young guy that has like 45 minutes in the Rumble. According to reports, he is going to get a good push in the Rumble. So I see him being in like the final 6, maybe the final 4. So good for him. He has a weird haircut. I like it. Good for him. But as far as Finn Balor goes, I don't think anyone's happy to hear this. But Rev, what is your take on this?
God, I miss NXT Finn. I really do. And he was so good and promising when he made the main roster and he won the inaugural Universal Championship. And that one freaking shoulder injury just completely derailed him. And it's a shame, too, because he went back down to NXT. He went down, he killed it there. He had great matches with a lot of the guys he wasn't able to have matches with because he had gone up to the main roster and they had come in after him. And it was so nice to see those. And he brought like the Prince gimmick back. So it was, a little more like early Bullet Club Finn and not, smiley, happy to be there Finn. And it was really nice to see him be like a badass again. And then he went back again to the main roster and all of that was dropped. And Vince just continues to see nothing in him. I don't know if this is just another product of, hey, we don't like this guy's accent, if he's not big enough. I don't know what it is. It's just, once again, it's a shame to see a guy who's so good wasted again. For Austin Theory, I like him. I really he's a great himbo, and he was doing a really good job of that in NXT. From what I'm seeing, he's been doing a pretty good job of that in the main roster, taking selfies with everybody. It's pretty funny, and I'll be happy to see him get a push, and hopefully that goes well, and he, is continuing, and he can continue to be successful.
Well, that's what you get when you let your heart win, It's Paramore.
Got to.
Yeah. I had to take some time to let it set in, but Chad, you're the NXT guy. The black and gold parade. Another one of your guys just is biting the dust. How's it feel?
All right, let me preface this by saying I'm with you guys. I also enjoy Austin Theory. I think he's fine. He's cool. I don't mind the push. I think he'll go far sooner or later. I could see Vince attaching himself to him. But at the expense of Finn, I think is like really stupid. I think that is the word. I have this theory where it might be just me, but I feel like Vince chases the Attitude Era and also that Invasion storyline. I feel like he chases characters from that saga, that time. And then he has the characters here today, like recently, and then he shits on them. I think Finn Balor is personally like another Kevin Owens. He's been handed shit over and over and over, and he does great with it. And then you have him lose to Austin Theory in 5 minutes. I don't understand. Everything you give him works for him. He's a great wrestler. In-ring ability is phenomenal. The character pops. He gets pops. And then just nothing. I don't understand how you don't have faith in somebody like that. How do you undervalue such a staple in the NXT community is just, I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, they really don't seem to know what they have with Finn Balor, or Triple H did. Some people did, but not this one guy. And I don't dislike Austin Theory, but I don't find him super entertaining either. He has like all the worst qualities of Randy Orton to me, and not like the good qualities. I'm like,
I
he's
can see
kind of
that.
boring to me. Like what he's given is actually good, but he's kind of generic, so it just comes off as like run of the mill to me. But I don't dislike him, so like I'll see how it plays out. It doesn't help that Vince can't talk anymore, and every time Austin Theory is on TV, it means Vince is gonna be on TV. But that is a good sign that he's gonna get this push.
He's definitely Ted DiBiase Jr. So I see it.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, I see that a lot now. Fuck. Oh man. Well, I think I'm actually the skater boy in this group, but I'm gonna throw it over to the skater boy right now.
I don't have anything witty to come back with.
Not surprised.
Couldn't work a see you later boy in there somehow.
It wouldn't be natural in the beginning. I one, just to get out of the way, I do like Theory a lot. So to see Finn put over someone like Theory, in theory, shouldn't be a big deal. It should be what someone of Finn's caliber should be doing to help get the next generation going. That said, there are correct ways of putting someone over, and then there are the wrong ways, the raw ways of putting people over. And a 5-minute match that does nothing really in the grand scheme of things isn't the way to do it. And Finn Balor is the type of star who could still be doing so much more, should still be doing so much more. I'm not saying he should never take a pin, especially to a young guy, but he should also be featured more prominently. He should be featured as more of a threat, and not just us being told he's a threat because he's the first Universal Champion. Finn Balor, I'll be honest, like, I know we deal with roster bloat in AEW, but there are like 3 guys in total that I think, man, I would do anything to see them in AEW, and Balor at this point is one of them, simply because of the role he could fit. I think he's capable of being a main eventer no matter where he goes. But at this point, with the way WWE is run, like, I don't know where he could fit. I don't know where he could fit. They had to ship him off of SmackDown to keep him away from Roman so he could still have some star power and maybe the potential of being champion. But again, that's now a show that has Brock Lesnar as champion. Like, how long do we have to wait for this guy to get his shot again? And I don't think it's ever coming. So I don't ever want to see somebody get fired, but I do eagerly await when contracts run up. And the sooner his contract runs up, for me, the better. And hopefully, nice things can come his way that way.
Yeah, with Finn, he's someone that he's always on the verge of being a main eventer again, and it always seems like he's about to reclaim his spot that he lost via injury back in 2016 now, like so long ago. But Finn, like I even said earlier, Finn is taking what Jeff Hardy was supposed to be doing and putting these young guys over. But Finn is not that established in WWE that it carries the same weight. Like, granted, I think he was higher on the card than Jeff Hardy, because Hardy's at that age where he's just not really beating guys unless you're the NXT champion. But, Finn never got his real main event run, like, ever. Every other match was a one-off that he's ever had. So it doesn't feel like as big of a deal as it should. And it's also 50-50 booking because he beat Theory a couple of weeks ago. So so close for WWE. The heart's almost kind of in the right place in terms of Theory, not in terms of Finn, but what are you gonna do? You know, you sign to WWE and you roll the dice.